Start your day just right. Welcome to Mornings Together with Rob, Mon, and Bernie.
Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are.
Yeah.
Together at last. Oh boy, we are so hoping everything's going to work today. We are in our new studio, as you can see. I'm joined by the lovely Mon and Rob in person today,
Right on.
which is great. We are really hoping everything works today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like really hoping. There's a high chance there might be some issues with Rob's mic, even though it looks fine on my end. So if you can't hear him, just comment. We can't hear Rob, and there'll be little to nothing I can do about it at this current point in time. I want to say good morning to Georgia. She's joining us this morning. Good morning from your new studio.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie.
Good morning, Georgia. Lizzo is with us as well. Good morning, everyone.
Hey,
Or good
morning,
morning,
Lizzo.
everyone, but that's okay. Marcella is saying that's so cool.
Yeah, Marcella.
So yeah, we're back at church.
We're back at church.
Back-
We back.
Back in the building.
We're
It's
back.
a little bit, but we've
crazy.
now you may think we've just gone like this simple thing, like there's just one camera kind of situation right now. But let's show off a little bit of the fanciness that I've. So this is the Bernie shot for talking about all the Bernie matters, and then we've also got a Rob and Mon shot, which is heavily more warm, like so much warmer.
We look so tan.
So so we're hoping everything works okay today. Let us know if there's anything that you're hearing on your end that we can maybe fix for tomorrow. But you know, we're just gonna roll with the punch. We've always been like this. We've always just rolled with any technical issues that can.
Rolling with it.
Yeah. The good thing is we're actually on the air right now.
I know. Thanks to Bernie.
The important thing is we're here with you right now. I like that we've left the duct tape sitting on the table.
Yeah.
I'm just.
There we go. Just ching.
There you go. All right,
That
so
would've been funny.
so apparently they can't hear you, Rob. So whatever reason, sorry. You should be able to, but I don't know why you're not. So we carry on.
Yeah.
Michaela actually says good morning from the car park.
Yeah, Michaela.
Get inside and do some work. Yeah, you can't hear Rob, but just know that he is saying good things. He is saying good things. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try and fix it for tomorrow, but today we'll see. You might just have to listen back to the audio podcast later in the day and actually catch what Rob says.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jolene Lambeth is saying, "Good morning. You are all together." Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are. We're here together.
Actually
Together for a morning.
I know.
We were just talking before we started today that actually, you know, it's been 7 weeks since we started this whole thing, and I actually, when we started this whole thing, I was clean shaven.
That's right.
Would you believe it? Like,
and I was saying that I was definitely a lot thinner. So like all those weeks ago. Not so much now.
But it is weird, isn't it? You know, we're here together. Level 2 is on us now, I should say,
Yeah.
not upon us, because we've been into it since last
Yeah.
Thursday. It's weird, right?
I know it's weird, but I will miss the kitchen with your little display at the back, and Rob, his dog, coming to see him.
Yeah.
and me trying to go, Cooper,
Get out of here, Cooper. Pedro the manager, take Cooper away. Sort that out.
And I'm saying it with my eyes.
I've already felt that this morning. Like, I'm gonna keep remembering to look at you, and then also to the people who are watching. Otherwise, it's just an internal fest.
That's right.
I've realized that I don't know where to look anymore.
That's right.
Like, I'm fine talking, but I just like, do I look at the camera on my computer screen, or do I look up there? Or it's weird. Even seeing Rob this morning, I didn't say this to you, but it's like you're in a whole new HD. Like,
That's right.
for the last 7 weeks, I've seen both of you in 720p via webcam,
Right.
and now I get to see you in person.
Well, the great thing about being on your computer is you're just looking at your computer and you're all there. You don't have to look anywhere else.
Yeah.
So
It's very, very strange.
Yeah.
All right. So catch-up question for us and for those watching us today is, how has level 2 been for you so far? We've been in it since Thursday. How's it been?
It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm just noticing the amount of people out and about. It is like mind-blowing. It is like Boxing Day, or like a holiday. Went and got a coffee on the weekend, and man, the amount of people, it was crazy that there were no parks, nothing. And yeah, even all weekend, people everywhere. So obviously people enjoying the weather. The sun's out, it's beautiful. So yeah, it feels a little bit like kind of like back to normal a little bit.
A little
Except
bit,
when
yeah.
you go and order food, you have to sign in and
Yeah.
and all of that kind of thing. So things like that are different, but it feels very normal. Yeah.
It
What
is
about you,
strange.
Rob?
I mean, we had some people around. We cooked some food as you do. We just had like for us it was like people.
Yeah.
You get this
Yeah.
moment where you get to have people again, and we had people around to watch the service on Sunday morning, and so
So
we had
cool. I
cake,
love
and we
that.
tried to emulate a little bit of what life will be like when it's normal again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. We really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely been a weird thing because there is a lot of normality to it, but at the same time, it's weird still.
Yeah.
And you're like, I went into the rock shop on Friday, I think, to pick up some things for this, and I confessed to the guys, like, guys, I'm terrible at this because I didn't go out very much during level 3 or level 4, and so for me, it's just like
Me
I'm
neither.
excited to see you again. I'm excited, and I was like
Yeah.
walking over the yellow lines and stuff that they had laid out and everything like that. So and I was just constantly apologizing, like I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm sorry guys, I'm not very good at this. Um, but I found as well that there's, we talked with Naomi last Wednesday about how
Yeah.
this whole thing's a bit of a marathon, and we're in that like final stages. And I was reflecting on that this morning because uh, doing a half marathon last year, I remember very distinctly around kilometer 16, 17, you're like, I can't do this. I can't keep going with this. I
Yeah.
want to get out of here. I'm done. And but if you press on for like 1 kilometer more, then you're like, I can keep going.
You get that second
Yeah,
burst.
and I feel like it's been a few weeks of constantly innovating, constantly kind of problem solve kind of thing, and now we're
Yeah.
into level 2, and there's some normalcy that returns, but also you still have to adapt and change some things and like. So
Yeah.
for me this weekend, I'm recognizing the fact that how tired I am
Yeah.
coming into level 2.
Yeah.
Y-
I agree. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then we've got to try to get some things back to normal.
yeah,
And that's the thing. We have no normality. So you got to there's a strange in between season. We found this right at the start when we went into lockdown. It was just like, what do we do?
yeah.
How do we
Yeah.
go about this?
Yeah. How do we go about this? How are we navigating this
Um,
new? Yeah.
for those who are just joining us right now, like, yes, we are live in person at the Mornings Together studio, and yes, we are having some technical issues with Rob's mic this morning. Rob, if you get right in on that mic, can they? No, I think it's just one of those things. I don't understand it at all, but it's okay. We press on. I do like Dory Jones's comment in all caps. Move closer to the mic, Rob. Can I just say though, it is nice that it's somebody else today.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the first, I felt like half of the time we were doing this, people were like, Bernie, we can't hear you on your big silly mic. Now I've still got the big goofy mic, but now people seem to be able to hear me a bit better, which is good. So we'll work on the Rob issue. So still no sound from Rob, even if these close in. So don't know what's going on there, because it's all working here but not working there. So we'll figure.
Someone downstairs could bring me a new mic.
I don't know if that's going to fix it.
Oh, okay.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Let me try one thing. Monica, why don't you say something reflective and
Yeah. Yeah.
while I try
Yeah.
and do something here.
Leave it to Mon. But how are you guys? How are you finding it? I would love to read in the comments how it is. How level 2 has been for you. Does it feel like normal again, or does it feel like kind of like what Bernie said, kind of normal but kind of not, just kind of strange? And are you going into level 2 tired? So what's your mental headspace like going into level 2? And let's hear from you guys.
Yeah. All right. Still no difference, I'm guessing, to the people. Someone said, "Can you just turn it on?"
I love it.
Turn it off and on. We've got our tech guy here. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're telling the guy that knows.
My head go like- move both
I can pull
legs
it away.
together.
As far as I'm aware, it should
There
be
we go.
working,
There we go.
and it is not. So, hey guys. So what we might need to do is, we might. It's good you guys know each other, so you can get in nice and close,
Yeah,
and we're
we
not going to get in
do.
trouble.
We're
So
in each other's bubbles. So yeah.
so why
In there.
let's scooch up.
Scooch up. Come closer.
There we go.
There we go. Turn it in. There we go.
He's my brother from another mother.
This is
so-
going to be diabolical on the audio side of things, but we carry on.
Yeah.
All right.
Carry on.
Now, Rob, do you want to try and speak and see if the people can hear you?
You can hear me now, I wonder.
Yeah.
Mons is working. So
Mons is definitely working, so we should be away. All right. Let's. Man, what a wild start to today. I had expected some issues, but oh boy.
One mic.
Rob, if you can still keep that close to you, because then it's going to help me better split out audio and stuff later on.
Yep.
You guys are all getting to peek behind the curtain a lot this morning.
A lot.
A lot. But Rob, Flavour Rob,
Flavor
Flavour Rob.
Right, I better turn this way. Sorry,
Episode
Mon.
35. Hit us with your flavor tip.
Episode 35. Well, it is actually time for slow cookers to come out. And I actually think a good slow cooker recipe is something everybody needs. And one of my favorites that my wife actually creates is pork chops in the slow cooker with a can of peaches. Now, you're going to say, why? Why so low budget on these things? But actually, it is one of my favorite meals with rice. Okay, so essentially, you're getting your pork chops, you're browning them off with a bit of paprika, maybe a pat of flour, just to get the brown color on them. All right, and it also adds with thickening the sauce a little bit later. And then you want to make a sauce with, guess what? A really nice Trinity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Trinity. All right. So the Trinity sauce that everybody wants to put on their slow cooker recipe, especially with pork chops, is soy, tomato sauce, and wine vinegar. Equal portions of each. So about 2 tablespoons of each of those. You want to whisk them up. Then you want to put in the really good stuff, brown sugar. Okay. About a quarter of a cup of brown sugar. You're gonna go, what? That sounds crazy.
That's
but
a lot of
actually
brown sugar, Rob.
A lot of brown sugar. But it actually is fantastic for breaking down the connective tissue in the muscle of the meat, just telling you that. You also want to put
Science
in there
Rob this morning as well as Flavour Rob.
some dried thyme or fresh thyme, salt and pepper, of course, as we're always doing, and your 400-gram can of peaches. You want to stick that in, and you want to let it go for 8 to 9 hours. Now, one of the things I didn't talk about in there is actually onions and garlic. You want to fry some of those in that pan after you finish your pork chops. Put that in as well. Any other flavors you want to put in there, it's gonna be a joy to you. With your pork chops, if you don't want to just dust them, you put them in a plastic bag. Remember that little trick I told you? This can sit on your bench all day and actually just sit there and braise away. And by the end of the day, you're going to be happy because you can come home and there's going to be that smell in the air when you get in the door. There's nothing like it. Oh, you open the door. It's like when you open the door and someone's made a fresh coffee.
Yeah.
Or someone is baking bread. You get that flavor, that taste. Yep. So that's my slow cooker recipe for today. But get a slow cooker book out. There's a lot of stuff online that you can go and look at. The slow cooker is going to be your best friend over winter, and it's so good to come home to that smell.
It is. It really is.
There you go.
There's
your flavor tip today.
There's flavor tip today. Thanks, Flavour Rob. It's good flavor tip. So people are saying they can hear you now, Rob.
There we go.
My wife has chimed in saying "yum" to the slow cooker.
There
We are a slow cooker family. We love slow cooker stuff. It's so good, especially like
good.
you leave in the morning and you chuck in like your even still your frozen mints and like some basic stuff, and by the end of the day, it's get some tacos and things.
Flavors sit there and marinate together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hallelujah!
My husband loves a slow cooker, so he will do like a venison hearty stew.
Yep.
And I'm like, honey, it's only the 2 of us. We're having this stew for like 2 weeks. It's like,
just drop some in Rob's letterbox.
Yeah.
But it's really good. The meat is so tender.
There you go. All right, so we carry on with all the technical things. Seems people can hear you again because people can hear you.
I'm leaning in now.
Leaning in, so that's okay. That's okay. But it's so good to have you all with us today on this Monday morning, live from the morning to see the studio. As you can see, it has been a bit of a throw together thing, so we are still looking for some extra decor and things, maybe to spruce up our background. If anybody has like some hot tips for that, we'd love to hear that. Especially if you've got a connection for like a neon sign, we could like chuck in.
Mornings together.
Mornings, yeah, the buzzing is important. It needs to flicker. Also, I did see earlier on in one of the comments. Let me just see if I can find it for a second. I can't find it, but that's okay. It was from Irene saying that we should get a coffee sponsor.
We should.
Oh, come on now.
Hallelujah.
Bulla.
It's
Bulla
Bulla Coffee.
Come on, Caleb.
Caleb, fry it.
Come on.
You know what to do.
You know what to do.
You know what to do.
Yes.
So we'd love a coffee sponsor for us in the mornings, as well as a coffee cup sponsor, probably.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
Right
this
on.
morning's coffee is brought to us by the Coffee Club. So thank you, Coffee Club, for. Oh, there's a fire truck going on up outside. Carry it on.
Yeah.
We're live.
We're setting the place on fire.
Live current affairs today. Fire out.
Fire truck on Bethlehem Road.
There you go. All right, so let's get into some other things. So I'm going to run us through some housekeeping this morning just before we carry on. So we love hearing your stories, so please continue to fire them through to stories at bethlehem.org.nz. Loving hearing what's been going on for you guys over this time and celebrating with you and partying with you. Like I remember the Gary family sitting through their stuff about the disco and the garage still. Fantastic stuff. You can follow us and tag us on social media using @BethBapChurch. The Care team, they've been absolutely amazing. Like I'm sure you guys have enjoyed hearing from Eric over the last few weeks. He is just one part of the Care team, and they've been going
He's got a great
hard
team.
out the entire time. A fantastic team.
He's got a great team.
But if you need help for anything, care@bethlehem.org.nz, or you can give the church a call as well. More of the team are coming back today, the staff team and stuff like that, so more people on site. Back in house, which is cool. Pre-requests, you can fire those through to BBC. Use keyword BBC Prayer and send it through to 4040. You can also do that on the church website as well. Thank you to all those of you who have been joining us at 9 and 11 on Sunday mornings for our online services. We are continuing those for the next couple of weeks at least, and then we'll see what happens. So join us on all the platforms you're currently watching this. We'll be live on Sunday. Each day after we finish here, I export the audio and put it onto Apple Podcasts and Spotify and now Google Podcasts and a bunch of others because I did it without me asking.
Cool.
So just search Mornings Together podcast and you'll be able to find us. But they're all there, all 34 episodes so far and 35 after today as well. And you guys may have noticed this, but we are going to be keeping it going. We are pressing on. We are pressing on with Mornings Together.
Keep it going.
Hashtag keep it going, and we shall keep it going until you say, please stop.
Stop. Please stop.
I am the thing that is making me really happy now is that we are in level 2. School is back. We have the same amount of live viewers as we would in level 3 right now. So thanks for being with us. Thank you for being with us today. I think that's really cool. Not only does it do good things for our egos, but it just shows that there's purpose to this that is bigger than ourselves in terms of.
But it kind of goes why we started this together and connection. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel really connected to the people that log in and comment. And it's like, it feels so connected to our church family. So it's great.
We have actually talked about doing this on a Sunday morning one time. We're going to do the notices from the Morning Together team. Maybe that's a new hashtag.
There are lots of ideas floating around with this whole thing, and part of it is actually the fact that we can actually have real people in the room with us now, which is cool.
Which is so fun.
It's hilarious actually. I'll talk about today's guest in a moment, but we almost did that today, but we were not quite ready. As you could probably tell by the fact that Rob's mic isn't working for whatever reason. Graham Randall says that we're your fans. Thumbs up. And Georgia Allison says, please never stop. My dream scenario with this is that we do this, but we're doing it in front of the glass, and then you just have the people walking by. I don't know. We set up in Bethlehem Town Centre or something, and
that's right. Live viewers coming behind doing faces. And
Georgia and Graham just being like, That made me really happy.
Doing their dance, their happy dance.
But today's guest, we actually heard from him 7 weeks ago. He was our very first guest.
Oh, right on.
I realized that this morning as I was driving into it. Like, this guy was our very first guest, coming to us live from the Bethlehem Baptist Church building as well. Kyle Fleischman. Good morning, Kyle.
Hey. Woo-hoo. Right downstairs from you guys.
Familiar mic in front.
Yeah.
Some strange reason it's working today, Mon.
Oh, I have your mic.
My mic.
There you go.
Sorry.
So you're kind of you're live in studio in a way, but you're in like the B studio, which is your office downstairs. So, but Kyle, thank you for being with us today. By the way, Georgia was just saying 100%. Let me know where and when she needs to show up to be able to appear in the background of things. So there you go. There you go. But Kyle, you are BBC's executive pastor. You were with us at the very beginning of the show, way back when, episode 2, is when you were on. It was 7 weeks ago. So my first question, I guess, is how have things been for you since then? How have things for you and your bubble since we last chatted?
Yeah, been okay. I think I had maybe a little less gray in my hair and maybe more hair in my head. I remember joking that first episode. We were talking about Tom Hanks, Castaway, scratching the days off, and so it's amazing how many days have gone by in the bubble. But so good to be out. I came into the office Thursday, and it was so good to see some staff. 7 or 8 of different people were here, and just it's weird to be back here after 2 and 7 weeks, but it feels good.
A family that I know of in the Bethlehem community, they go to BC, I believe, and the daughter learnt and recorded a song every day, and so it's been 54 days of them doing that. So when I saw this, I'm like, wow, it has been a long time. Like you can say 7 weeks and it doesn't really sink in so much,
No, it doesn't.
but here it's saying 54 days. That's a long time. That's
a long time.
That's longer than my favorite show, Survivor. You know, that's only 39 days.
Yeah. Hey, we made it. We made it. Longer than Survivor.
We haven't been voted out yet. So I'm sure there's been some times over the past few weeks when in my house people would have wanted to vote me out to an island somewhere probably.
The tribe has voted.
The tribe has voted. You are out of here. But Kyle, so you talked about, it has been a while. So what have been some of your highlights and lowlights? And my big question is, have you finished the Star Wars mural in your son's bedroom?
That's all we want to know.
Yep. So I'll get to that in a sec.
That's a no then. That's a no.
Well, I'll get to that first. Yeah, that's probably like a year-long project. So it's tough. It was tough in lockdown. We couldn't get paint. Like we could have ordered paint online, but I need to go and see the colors, if I'm going to create this masterpiece. Now that we're back to getting to the store, I'm going to get some paint and work on that a little bit each weekend. So eventually I will show the final project.
You'll debut it on here, right? That's going to be the thing. You're going to debut it.
Yeah. Take a webcam to my son's bedroom and show the wall off.
If it's in a year's time, we will have a street crew by then, probably. Coming to us live on location.
Live and direct.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. But I think that's a good sign. At the beginning, a lot of us probably had all these great ideas. Oh, I'm going to have all this time to get this and this and this done. And, truth is, we didn't do nearly as much as we thought. And, Bernie said this the other few weeks ago, like our IQs dropped 30% and it's just harder to manage everything. And again, these big plans kind of go out the doors, but that's okay. We got through it and we're okay. But highlights for me, just all the extra family time, walks together, cooking together, lots of games, definitely more time for self-reflection, personal assessment, which was good and bad. Just more prayer time and Bible time. It's funny, Kalisha and I guess we've been labeled as extroverted introverts. So we've heard of the title introverts and extroverts, but we learned this years ago that we're extroverted introverts. So deep at heart, we're introverts. Like we like quiet, we like our home, we like just reading a book. That's where we get our energy. But we're extroverted introverts, meaning when we need to, we can be on things like this. We can be on stage, we can lead stuff. So the introverted part of us actually really enjoyed the 7 weeks. But I can feel my extrovertedness. Like it was so good to be back in the office Thursday around people. It was so good to see Rob in person this morning, walking into our office. So, so it's good.
Good.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Normal feels good.
Yeah.
Normal does feel good.
But Kyle is a real layered kind of guy. Like you think he's kind of a bit quiet, a bit serious, but then you see him on stage and there's like a whole nother level of Kyle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or, or like even like in GLS at the Global Leadership, I was just like, I kept looking at him with my mouth hanging open going, who are you right now?
Yeah. It might be multiple personalities. I don't know.
But it's awesome. It's like a new layer of Kyle Fleischman, it's cool.
Thanks.
No, it's good. It's good. Completely agree. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. There was a buzz on Thursday last week or Friday, whenever it was. There was a few of us in here, and is it funny? Like Kyle, I don't know if you noticed this, but I noticed about myself is like because we've been doing everything through computers and things for the last while. I feel like I'm speaking a lot louder than I used to because you feel like you have to fight the internet with people.
I have to watch that.
Turn your mic on.
Oh, that's just your voice. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It definitely was weird Thursday, Friday, engaging with people in real life again. So, but I think after a couple of weeks, we'll feel that's back to normal or whatever normal is. Yep.
And I think it goes without saying to all those who listen right now, it's okay to be a bit awkward over the next few days. In terms of your interactions with people.
It is.
Um,
Yeah.
But it's just like what everybody's been saying, like be kind and be understanding of the fact that people will be at different places, I guess, as well.
I've said that so much. I've quoted that.
Hmm.
And you're like, just be kind.
Yeah.
Because everybody's in a different place.
Yeah.
So
I thought of an extra part to that this morning. Is like be kind and take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
Be kind and take time.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I think if when you do that, it changes your approach to a whole lot of things.
For sure.
So, Kyle, how have things been at level 2 for you and your family these first few days?
Yeah. Like I said, I got back in the office here Thursday, which was good. My wife, Kalisha, went back to work at the mall, Health 2000, on Friday and Saturday. We went and visited her Saturday. The mall was crazy. I couldn't believe how many people were there. So it's not like people are holding back or waiting, which is, that's a good thing. We did a bunch of shopping, got to Mitre 10 and the warehouse. Caden's back to school this morning, so that was different for him, driving him to school. Kind of like a anxious excitedness to get back to school. And now Bethlehem.
Parents, isn't it? It's just the
Yeah.
parents. Go to school.
Yeah, no, it was nice to drop them off.
There it is. I'm sure there's a number of people who are watching today who feel the same way. It's like, I finally get the house to myself for this morning. Just everybody's gone. Silence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
and then part of our outing yesterday, we went to the butcher, and so Rob would be proud of this. We've got a carnitas slow cooking in the slow cooker all day today. So a little pork shoulder for carnitas. So got to the
Bravo.
Oh, come on.
That is
I'll
good.
drop them by later on.
It was beautiful just walking in the butcher yesterday. I was like, oh yeah.
Get my word going.
There you go. So just to pivot things to talk about a different kind of family that you're a part of as well, in terms of the BBC family, not the British Broadcasting Company, but us here, Bethlehem Baptist Church. So we had an update come out from Craig last week, but do you want to give us more of an update in terms of what does level 2 mean for BBC and the BBC family?
Yep, will do. And this information is only as good as today, because it could change at any moment. I felt like before each level, we thought we had a plan of what the next level might look like, and then the announcement comes out, and we're frantically changing. Okay, we need to do this and this and this for the sake of our church. So, this stuff is changing, and we'll hear another announcement here in next 2 weeks or so, and have to maybe change this again, but. Our Sunday services are continuing online, as you guys know, live hosted at 9 and 11 Sunday mornings and available to watch anytime. Obviously, our staff's back to work. Some of our staff are going to be working from home for a while still, so staff have the option to come in or to work from home. We have everything in place here in the building, so we are social distancing, except for Rob and Mon right now. They're a little close. But
Totally a camera trick.
But totally open for visitors now. So if you need prayer or anything from us, feel free to call or email us and stop in. Love to see you, all of you, again in person. So we're available for that now, and everything's set up to receive visitors. All of our other ministries, obviously, we're still limited to 10 people. So life groups that are under 10, like my life group is getting back together Tuesday because we're just at 9 people. Life groups that are over 10 people can continue to meet online as they have been. All of our other ministries, a lot of the other ministries are bigger than 10, but if they can have gatherings under 10, they can do that. So it's like youth, small groups might be getting together, whatnot. Our Tallulah, our secondhand clothing store down on Waihi Road, is back open. And then Place of Hope Counseling, they've been doing some online counseling, but the cabins for the counseling are now back open. I think we have 3 counselors that are willing to see people in person now. So if you need any counseling, take advantage of that. Apparently we can have funerals up to 50 people, but weddings are still at 10. But we're here if you want to book a wedding and hopefully not a funeral, but we're here for you if you need to.
Yeah, my husband, that's a great idea. A wedding with only 10. That's like awesome.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap. He's like, he's got 2 daughters. He's thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've heard of like 3 weddings in the last 2 weeks of, no, we're just doing it now and having a small wedding. And so, yeah,
Well,
much cheaper.
It's actually interesting you mention that because some of you may not know this, but I am a marriage celebrant as well, is what I do here. And so I'm in amongst all the chatter, amongst all the other wedding people about what they think wedding is going to look like for the next 18 months or so. And they're saying that the trend will be smaller weddings, cheaper weddings, with a bigger party later on. So the ceremonies and everything will be smaller, and then like a year's at time, when your 1 year anniversary, that's when they're doing the big party and everything like that. So
but I love that because oftentimes you can just focus on the ceremony instead of the actual marriage party.
Yeah.
And you know who your real friends are, and all the freeloaders that just come for the free food.
That's right.
It's all good. Over time, you might only have 10 friends.
We heard from Colin the other week about how there were a couple in his community that got married. I love how we've transitioned to marriage chat this morning, wedding chat this morning. And they were saying that one of the best things about the whole thing is that after the ceremony is all done, they could say hi to the family and then switch them off. And they could sit, and they could sit down on the deck and just have their afternoon tea or whatever it was.
I thought that was so great.
Yep.
Love it.
So Kyle, just as we begin to wrap things up this morning, I can't believe we're at the end of our time almost already. Just want to hear from you in terms of what has God been speaking to you over the last few weeks since we last talked to you from this time of lockdown and everything.
Yeah, I jotted down 3 things that I think were spoken to me through this time the most, and not necessarily new things, just strong reminders. First one I wrote is just, we are always in God's plan, no matter the circumstances. And I have to personally fight to keep my calm, to keep my patience, to just trust that He's in control of all things. And so I feel like this 7 weeks in pressure of isolation was just a good reminder that He's always in control, no matter how I feel or what I'm going through. He's still fully in control. He is sovereign, in control of all things. And I just have to keep resting back into that, no matter how I feel. Second thing, as we get back into the business of life, I have to really protect the time with my family. So Fridays and Saturdays are my day off. And I've learned in the business of life, it's easy to blend work, social, family, kind of on a continuum every day, back and forth. And I actually felt towards the end of lockdown, I felt that I was segregating those things better. So I would go into my office in the house and I was working. I'd even say goodbye and hello to my family when I go in and out. And then social time obviously was only on Zoom meetings. So I felt like I was able to segregate those 3 and the importance of doing that. And so I want to keep it a practice to protect my family time when I'm home, keep work at work in a sense, and then protect social time and just segregate those a bit better. And then the third thing is, again, nothing new, but a strong reminder, my own priorities, the things that might be most important to me, aren't necessarily everyone else's priorities. So my family, my friends, my coworkers have their own priorities and things that are important to them. And sometimes those things align, but often they don't. And so we just have to allow for space for different people's priorities in their lives. So as we do life together, just extend lots of grace, lots of time, lots of patience, lots of listening to each other to really understand and hear each other. So those are some of the things I just jotted down.
Nice.
Man,
Yeah, good thoughts.
So good, Kyle. Amazing.
Love it.
So good. Well, we're gonna have to wrap things up now. Thank you for being with us in our inaugural event.
Yeah.
Togetherness.
So good, Kyle.
The togetherness is thick right
He was
now.
there at the start. He's here at the start of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the guest to kick new things off. That's good.
I like that.
Right.
I like that.
Love it.
We'll meet you downstairs for a coffee in
That's
10
right.
minutes.
Yeah. It's tea time soon.
Yeah.
That's
Good time. But yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Kyle, we're going to invite you to pray for us just in a moment, just as we wrap things up for the morning. But just wanted to invite everybody back tomorrow morning at 9. We are going to fix a lot of the little bugs we seem to have this morning, so that we can come back tomorrow better than ever. But who knows? Also, Charles, if you're watching this, you're going to have to help us out with the old camera situation, because I'm disappearing into the background, whereas Rob and Mon look fantastic. So so we'll work on that for tomorrow as well. But yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Do you remember who our guest is tomorrow? I don't
remember. You're the one.
It'll be amazing.
It'll be good, though.
It is. It'll be good.
Awesome.
Join us tomorrow.
And we love them, whoever they are.
Whoever they
Love
are, they're
you.
going to be
Can't wait.
It could be you watching right now. You
That's
could be our
right.
guest today.
Might be you.
Might be you. But yes, hello again also to those who are listening later in the day via audio. I hope it's been too crazy for you today. But Kyle, why don't you pray for us and we'll close things out for this morning.
Yeah, we'll do. Father God, we just give you all the praise. Thank you for your sovereignty. Thank you that you are in control of all things, God, and just help each of us to rest in that, to be calm in that, to have patience in that. We thank you for being with us through this lockdown time. We've all been on different journeys and emotions and priorities, God, but you've been there in the midst of it. And so we thank you that we can just rest in you. Help each of us as we come into level 2 and beyond to just extend your love and grace and patience with each other, understanding of each other. Just help us to continue to journey this well, God. And we thank you for your work in the midst of all of this. Thank you for the lives you've touched, even through this really hard time for some, that you are touching lives, you're transforming lives, God. So thank you for that. Give you all the praise. We thank you for your love of us. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, live at 9, as Caleb Fry likes to say.
Yeah.
And be kind, take time, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
See you.